Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Colts and the reigning Super Bowl champs. Coming up next.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we're at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
In the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This fielded right at the goal line. And look at this, right away a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for the Browns team. Long way to go in this one. Sure, it's not the only score that I see today, but to jump out like that, very good.
Yeah, everyone has to set the pace. You know, in a game like this, you want people chasing you. You don't want to be the team chasing them. That's exactly what they did.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
He got the win last week, and we all know how infrequently rookie quarterbacks win in the playoffs. So by now, it feels like old hat to him. Well, maybe not old hat, but you got to believe he'll be looser, calmer going into this one.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So here come the Browns now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second and 9 now. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill. Viewpoint, coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They're going to look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, they're about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from...
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And this Browns defense stands tall. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 54 yards for him on the ground so far. A great start to this divisional round contest.
They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. They will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot him. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action, they'll throw. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 68 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the 1st half of this divisional round matchup. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And Winston lost the football. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Browns defense stands tall.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He will kiss it on the ground.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane and he keeps it himself flowing.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
The offensive line, they're getting it done.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. A gain there of 21 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. York able to send this one through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional round. From the 6. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Chubb will get the call running left. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 117 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Steps away. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Since we're at halftime, been trying to slow down this offense. It has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the... And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that...
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at about the 14. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Good starting field position. Come up first and 10 at the 40. They begin this drive with Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 155 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his those guys to the championship round next weekend. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. A CD there up big. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Got what they need. Drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th-quarter lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
This week.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He had 5 catches in the wild card win, and that's his 5th here, and it's good for a first down. They'll set up a throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now a Fant with a catch on the crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Browns going to roll on as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching.